Second flight swing, but we play to win. This is sim side vibe with a sim pros roll. GSPro know they got control of the whole. If you chasing that grind, then you
go.
welcome to the
Eaglet League.
Second flight.
Glad that hit the heart though. That would have been
Second flight. Second flight.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Jacob here, Second Flight Golf. Today we are going to talk about the Eye Mini Lite by Uneekor. So I have been using this launch monitor for probably the past 2 to 3 months, coming from the Square. So originally bought the Square golf launch monitor when it first came out last year, and used that one for about a year, a little over a year, and then was lucky enough to be able to test this out. So this is the Uneekor Eye Mini Lite, and guys, this has been phenomenal. It's a phenomenal launch monitor, and we're gonna basically go through how to set it up. We're gonna see it in action, so I'll play a hole using GSPro. We'll talk about its software as well too. So we'll look at the view software. We will not be looking at the game day software. So I don't have too much experience with that. I played it a couple times. Graphics wise, it was phenomenal, but I'm an avid GSPro user. And so currently right now, Uneekor is running a 20% off sale. If you go over to Elite Sim Golf, and I'll drop that into the description and a comment, Elite Sim Golf, you can purchase the Eye Mini Lite. Right now, I do believe it's at 2,200. Let me check that. So yes, on Elite Sim Golf, $2,200. Obviously shipping depending on where you are in the US. So $2,200. Guys, this will give you ball data and club data. It's also going to give you impact replay, and then also an impact screenshot. So again, we'll see all of this in the video. And we got two high-speed cameras. The two high-speed cameras, we got the Uneekor logo right there in the middle. That's going to light up once the ball locks. All right, guys. So for ball data points, we have ball speed, we have side spin, back spin, side angle, launch angle, side total, angle of descent, flight time, spin axis, distance to apex, ball flight type, carry distance, run, total distance. So that's the ball data, okay? So for club data, we got club speed. Now, club data, you will need the stickers. Let me go ahead and kind of show you what that looks like. So it will ship with stickers on it. So you will need a sticker on the face. So you can see right there on the toe, you can see the sticker. This is going to enable the club data. So with club data, you are going to get club speed, smash factor, club path, attack angle, just to kind of name a few there. So jam-packed with a lot of data for if you're someone that is kind of a data junkie or really looking to game improvement. This is a great launch monitor for that. It's also a phenomenal launch monitor just to have in the sim. So if you're someone that just drops a launch monitor and wants to play sim golf, it's super reliable. So I've had a couple no reads. I've never had a misread, so where I felt like the ball did not go where it was supposed to. I've had a couple no reads, and that's mainly just me not putting it in the right spot. It's a pretty big hitting zone, and we'll look at that as well. But it's been lights out. It's been phenomenal, super consistent and reliable, and that's what you want in a sim. You want to be able to turn it on and go, and that's what this is. So let's go ahead and kind of dive into how you actually hook this up. So in the back here, this is going to be a hardwired launch monitor. So if you're looking for mobility, left hand, right hand, this is definitely not the case. It can be done if you have a long enough cord, but this is going to be hardwired, so there's no battery. So if you look here on the back, we're going to have a power jack and also a Ethernet. So again, this is going to be hardwired. And when you're setting this up, you got to be careful. It says it in the directions. You don't want to run your Ethernet cord from the Eye Mini Lite to the adapter. So within the packaging, there's going to be an Ethernet adapter that's USB. That is for your internet. So if you're running your PC on hardwire, then you want to use that USB adapter. That's huge and crucial to setting this up. You want to run the Ethernet cord from the back of the Eye Mini Lite into your computer, into the computer's jack. Then you will use your USB adapter that ships with the Eye Mini Lite. You will plug it in USB, and then that's going to be a USB to Ethernet adapter. And if you are running hard internet, wired internet, you will plug in the wire into that adapter. Again, the main line goes from launch monitor into computer. Adapter is for your internet if you are wired internet. If you're wireless, then obviously don't worry about that. But it's going to be hard powered the whole time. Okay. All right. So let's get this kind of sit down and set up. Obviously, I've been using it, so I already have everything ran. So it's going to be very easy to set up. I'm gonna go ahead and get it plugged in. Power it on. All right, quick note, I already have this on and I already have it synced to Uneekor, the launcher. So one note, when you go to sync this, you got to read the directions specifically or it will not find the unit. So what you want to do is you want to click the button that searches for the device and then power the device on. Powering it on will notate or notify the launcher, and then it will connect that way. If you already have the launch monitor on and then you select the button that says search for launch monitor, it'll never find it. So make sure you read those directions very carefully. It took me once or twice and I was like, oh no, it's not finding it. So you got to do that very specifically. So make sure that you leave it off, hit the button, turn the launch monitor on, and then it'll find it within 30 seconds. All right, guys, so now that we have everything plugged in, we've synced the device, we located it. You'll see up here, this will be green. So we have the Eye Mini Lite synced to the Uneekor launcher. And what we're going to do now is we're going to align it. So we're going to go ahead and hit the settings. Now, when you first get this device, it's going to walk you through this process. But we're going to go ahead and just kind of show it what it looks like. Some other things to note with Uneekor, guys. Uneekor is a family. It has a whole bunch of different things you can do within Uneekor. You can get the performance optics, so you can do swing cameras. I mean, there's just so much you can do within the Uneekor profile, if you will, or within the software and the swing cameras. There's just so much. And if you're really looking at game improvement, there's things that you can layer on into the Uneekor platform that just really dials in. Now, obviously, that's an extended or increased cost. Another thing is the Eye Mini Lite is the same thing as the Eye Mini Core, and so the Eye Mini Core is the exact same device. It's just missing the club data. And you can actually upgrade the club data. It's a software upgrade. So if you buy the Eye Mini Core at $1,200, you can then purchase a software upgrade to basically make that a Eye Mini Lite. So same hardware, same cameras. You're essentially just missing a software upgrade. So Eye Mini Core is only a data, ball data instead of club. You add the software, it becomes a club data, and it's basically the same as the Eye Mini Lite. All right, so let's look at aligning this. All right, so we're going to adjust alignment. I really like how the alignment tool works. In my opinion, it is, and I have a stack of balls there, so you kind of see that, but let me move those. We'll put a ball kind of right in the middle. So you have a pretty big hitting area. So the hitting area is a really good size for a floor launch monitor. So basically you're gonna have this green box and then you're gonna have your red line. So your red line can be shifted left and right. So the one thing that I did, and I thought it made it very easy, is to grab an alignment stick. So take your alignment stick, you're just gonna put it down on the floor. Visually, you could use a laser too. So that looks to be 100% straight at the impact screen. And now you can see I have this red line to go off of to make sure that that's square. Again, you can lay anything down. I had an alignment stick, so I just think that's the easiest. All right, so once we're aligned, we're gonna fire off a test shot. I've already done that, and it's that easy. So from this point, you are locked and loaded and ready to use the Eye Mini Lite. So we're gonna get out of this. We're gonna quickly go over to kind of what the view software is. Again, I am a GSPro user, but let's look what. All right, so we have loaded the view software, and guys, I don't use this one as much just because I have GSPro, but there's a lot of good, a lot of good in this software. Specifically, if you're just hitting on the driving range. Now they're playable. You can play in view, but their playable software is Game Day. That's the 4K. I don't have that because I have GSPro. But if you just want to get in and work on your shot, work on game improvement, the view software is nice. I mean, there's all different things you can do. You can change the how you're looking at the data, your grouping, a lot of club information. So you'll be able to see your two impact cameras there. So again, we'll touch on that a little bit more. If you have the optic swing cameras, that's where they would fall into place. So you'd be able to see your impact, and then also your swing cameras. And then they also have AI. So they do have AI swing tracer. And so within Uneekor, I mean, you could really dial in a from a teaching standpoint, or just for yourself, like you can really dial in your swing by obviously upgrading into the cameras and all those things within the Uneekor family to really make it a game improvement style environment. But this is the view software. Again, it's more for recording sessions, looking at grouping side. I mean, there's just it's more for game improvement and practicing. So let's go over and let's look at the kind of the main page once you load the Uneekor software launcher. All right, so we're back over to the Uneekor launcher. Again, so this tile is for the view practice. We do have Play, which is the game day software, which is going to be 4K. We have our third-party setups. I have GSPro. We have the Refine game, so that's going to be the 1080p, the older software. For Uneekor, you can play that one as well. And then it is integratable with the Golf Club, the E6, and then a couple other softwares as well. So this is the launcher. Let's go ahead and launch and get into GSPro. All right, so this is the GSPro launcher. This has to be loaded alongside the GSPro connector, right? So you got to have Uneekor launcher and you got to have the GSPro connector, obviously with GSPro launched. And this is going to give you a lot of the same data that you're getting on GSPro. You can change the tiles as well. So for me, what I do is I have this on a second screen. It's on the monitor right above me, and that way I can see the face impact, the impact camera, and also this data, and then I can change the data on GSPro if I want, because you can change the tiles. So if I'm practicing or working on the swing, that is definitely something that I will do. I will look at this data and have more data there. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit a ball real quick. and then we're going to see what it looks like on the screen here before we go play a hole with the Eye Mini Lite. All right, guys, so you can see the data hit the screen. So we have carry. Again, I had a 6-iron in hand. So carry 176, ball speed of 120. And what I really want y'all to see is these cameras. So if you're someone, let's move this out of the way here. All right, so if you're someone that is coming from a maybe like a square, or you're trying to upgrade, but you don't want to go from, you know, square or a sub 1000 or around 1000 to a overhead, or you want to go in between. And this launch monitor, or if you're watching this, obviously you are interested in the Eye Mini Lite. The cameras are phenomenal. The impact, you know, camera, the snapshot, all of that really helps with how the golf ball is reacting on the face, what the feel looks like. And so as you can see here, we have on the left side, we have the camera that does the replay. On the right side, we just have an impact camera. So crystal clear. I wipe them down every so often, but not a whole lot of maintenance, but just crystal clear on where the ball is hitting on the face. And then obviously all the data that goes with it. So, so what we're going to do is we're going to launch into playing a hole on GSPro, and let's see how the Eye Mini Lite goes. It is the week of the players, so this video is going to launch on the players week. So we're going to play that said course. We're not going to speak about the course, not going to say the name, but we know what it is. We're going to play number 17 and 18. And again, so with the Eye Mini Lite, it has to be hardwired. So it's not one that you're going to want to move around. It can. So you got to have enough cord, probably not a trip hazard. You want to make sure that it's, you know, essentially moved around the sim the right way if you have people over. But it's going to be 2 cameras, impact, as you've seen earlier. You have impact replay, you have impact still camera, small chips, putting. I mean, hopefully you're going to see that in the 2 holes that we play. It's phenomenal. It reads everything, and big hitting zone comparatively to other floor launch monitors. Super easy to set up, and you can come in, you launch Uneekor, you launch GSPro, and you're playing, I mean, within minutes. And so it's super easy. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so guys, with all the new technology out there, launch monitors are really advanced. And so with the Eye Mini Lite, it locks on the ball instantly, and then when you hit it, it puts it in to the sim software as soon as you hit it, which I think is phenomenal. There's no lag, no waiting. And I think that's what makes the experience the most enjoyable. So you can see it's locked on like that. We're ready to go. All right, 119, 50-degree wedge. That should be good. Spin back. Spin back. Come on. All right, we get to see some putting here. All right, we got a little breaker, little left to right. Again, big hitting zone, so you can putt from a different place than you hit the ball. So I mainly hit on this side of my hitting strip, and I always putt on the left side. All right, left edge. We got 9 feet, pretty straight putt. Oh, I pulled it. Pulled it just a little bit. All right, we got a par on 17. All right, this is a tight fairway. But guys, I love this launch monitor. For a floor launch monitor, for the price, it exceeds all expectations. That should be good. All right, we got 150. We're going to go with a 9-iron. A nice, easy 9. Was playing this morning, got all my clubs mixed up here. All right, nice, easy 9. Should be good. Sit good. All right. So as you can see, just as soon as the ball's hit, it's in the software. I mean, it's gone. It's rolling, so that's awesome. A little 5-footer. We're just gonna hit it hard, take the break out of it. There we go. All right, guys, there you have it. That is the Eye Mini Lite. Guys, if you have any questions, again, I've been using this for a better part of 3 months. Very knowledgeable with just in the sim golf, whether it's launch monitors, enclosures, building it, whatever it is. Decently knowledgeable, probably can get your question answered. But when it comes down to the Eye Mini Lite, it is phenomenal. I mean, you get club data, you have ball data, you have impact location, impact replay. You can take that, especially if you're using OBS, you can take that as you see on my screen, and you can take those impacts and put them on as sources. And so you could see, so you could put it on the floor. As you can see, I have it's called floor projection. So I have a second monitor or a second projector doing floor projection. I can put the impact right there if I wanted to, or all the ball data. So when it comes down to reliability, user experience, then I mean the Eye Mini Lite is just it's lights out. Again, it's $2,200 right now at Elite Sim Golf at elitesimgolf.com. If you're interested in it, if you go to the Elite Sim Golf webpage and you are ordering it, there's a drop down. If you plug in Jacob, that would be sweet. If not, I mean, don't most certainly don't have to. But if you are interested in getting the Eye Mini Lite from Elite Sim Golf, just plug in my name, Jacob, at the bottom when you're adding your notes. And guys, if you have any questions about the Eye Mini Lite, feel free to reach out, or the Eye Mini Core, or just the Eye Mini in general. The Eye Mini is the more mobile one. It's battery, so that one can go outside and inside, and you can move it about your sim room. Uneekor does require a $200, so it's $199 subscription to use their third parties. So you got to buy the device, and then if you're using GSPro, you do got to pay the $199 per year. And guys, that's 3 or 4 rounds of golf, maybe 2, depending on where you play. So for me, it's a no-brainer. But guys, I hope you like this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Give a super thanks to support the channel. That helps, and it goes a long ways, and it helps making more content that's relatable and digestible for anyone that's looking to do sim golf related things, whether it's launch monitors, tech, building a sim, anything of that nature. I want to help. And so I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.